Hi, it's me, Ellie, with your news broadcast that happened in 1770 something. Uh, this is totally realistic. I'm not at all time traveler, so let's get down to the facts. Let's see. So, taxation is bad. And it started because of the 7 Years' War. Because wars are kind of expensive. And Britain wanted to tax the Americas, so we had to pay some of their debts, or something like that. And then, because of their victory in the 7 Years' War, they also did not let people go west, because the French and Indians kind of didn't just magically disappear once the British took the territory. Who would think they did? So, the settlers were kind of salty at the king because, hey, I want to explore new opportunities and stuff like that. The king was like, no. So, things kind of just escalated from there, got kind of intense. From there, a harshly enforced tax was introduced, where even the slightest infringement resulted in you having to go to a high court, possibly in Britain or in a major colony. And the punishments weren't exactly very nice. So, are we prepared to pay your taxes? Or something like that. So, then, as a result of the Stamp Act, the taxes no longer just affected the plebs. They also affected the kind of rich people who knew how to read and write. So, now, everyone's affected, so everyone is getting increasingly more angry at King George over here. So, from there, the colonies have zero say in the taxes. The king is like, hey, you're not important. We do everything for you. The colonists were like, well, that doesn't make much sense. So, some pretty intense riots occurred because of it. And, they were pretty intense, to a point where once, the mayor of Boston almost requested support from the British Army. Pretty intense. So, then, as a result of one of these intense riots, at a bank, the Boston Massacre happened, where a group of British soldiers killed 5 colonists. And it's called a massacre only because of it. It wasn't really a massacre. It was more so just something. The reason it was called a massacre was because if they called it a massacre, people would get kind of salty because it's like massacre, bad. So, yeah. So then, because of the intense riots, Britain took away some of the taxes, which made the colonists kind of happy. They're like, you actually started to listen. Good job. However, one of the taxes that did remain was the Tea Act. I think we know where this goes. Boston Tea Party. So, as a result of the Boston Tea Party, the Boston port was closed, and 40,000 British soldiers arrived. A slight overreaction, but when you think about it, it's not really an overreaction, because that's, in today's money, millions of dollars in tea. Rip. Then some British generals start to cross over the Atlantic, and then the Revolutionary War begins, where the the colonists eventually win, forming the United States of America. Now for today's weather broadcast. If you look out here, it looks like London, but I can assure you, this is not London.